As the plane touched down in the small, remote town nestled in the heart of a lush, mysterious jungle, Sarah couldn't contain her excitement. She had been eagerly awaiting this semester abroad for months. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to immerse herself in a foreign culture, and she was determined to make the most of it. Sarah's journey to the remote town was a long and arduous one, but she was greeted with a warm, tropical breeze and the welcoming smiles of her fellow travelers. Among them was John, a friendly classmate who had quickly become her closest friend on the trip. They had shared stories and dreams throughout the flight, and the prospect of adventure had them both exhilarated. Sarah and John settled into their quaint, rustic bungalow, which was situated on the outskirts of the village. Their small accommodations were surrounded by thick, towering trees and the sounds of the jungle that seemed to whisper secrets in the night. As the days passed, Sarah and John explored the town, formed bonds with the locals, and reveled in the exotic beauty of their surroundings. The town was unique, to say the least. It had an air of enchantment about it, and the people practiced customs and rituals that were entirely foreign to Sarah. One evening, curiosity led Sarah and John to a gathering on the outskirts of the town. They stumbled upon a small clearing in the jungle, where a group of locals was assembled, dressed in vibrant, ceremonial attire. A sense of foreboding washed over Sarah, but she couldn't look away. In the center of the clearing, a large stone altar stood, shrouded in eerie candlelight. On the altar lay an unconscious traveler, a fellow student Sarah had seen on their plane. He had been captured by the locals, bound and gagged. Fear and confusion filled his eyes. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as the locals began to chant in a language she couldn't understand. The ritual had begun, and she and John were powerless to stop it. She felt an icy chill in the air as the night seemed to grow darker and more malevolent. As the chanting reached a fevered pitch, the locals raised an ornate, jeweled dagger high above the helpless traveler. Panic surged through Sarah's veins, and she desperately tried to rouse John into action. But it was too late. With a swift, brutal motion, the dagger descended, plunging into the chest of the traveler. His muffled screams pierced the night, and a thick mist seemed to rise from the altar. The darkness enveloped Sarah, and she knew she was witnessing something beyond her comprehension. The ritual concluded, and the locals left the clearing, leaving the lifeless body of the traveler behind. Sarah and John watched in stunned silence as they retreated into the jungle, the eerie candlelight flickering away into nothingness. Terror-stricken and shaken to the core, Sarah and John returned to their bungalow, haunted by what they had witnessed. The enchantment of the jungle had revealed a darker, malevolent side, and they were now forced to confront the horrifying truth that lurked beneath the surface of their semester abroad. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah couldn't erase the image of the ritual from her mind. The once exciting adventure had transformed into a nightmarish ordeal, and she couldn't shake the feeling that she and John were now entangled in something far more sinister than they could have ever imagined.